Welcome to the front porch, where we're shooting the breeze podcast style with Savannah's top thinkers and biggest barrier breakers, the quintessentially quirky and the perpetually hip.
Hello and welcome to the front porch. My name is Bea Ray. I'm with the Creative Coast, and here we are at the Creators Foundry, chatting it up with Ty Donaldson of Maven Makers. Hey Ty.
Hey, how are you, Bea?
Well, I'm super. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Let's talk about Maven Makers.
Okay. What you want to know?
Well, I know I love being near you, and I love hearing things be made. So
Yeah. So what Bea is alluding to, we're actually here in the building in the Creators Foundry with you guys at the other end of the building. We are creating a makerspace, and it's been a lot of noise being made on that end because we've been building out the space, trying to get it ready for the opening, which will be very soon.
So why make things?
Well, we see that everybody is a maker in some degree. We have artisans, tinkerers, hackers, craftsmen, and these people all come from all walks of life, and most people probably don't even realize that they could make something in these different realms. We want to show people that they are makers in some way, and we want to help people find that out.
And making things out of what?
Okay, so right now we have woodworking equipment in the space, and the woodworking equipment ranges from anything really you'd ever need. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but there's also MIG welding, there's metal casting for jewelry. You also have a 3D printer that we're trying to get up and running. So it's really anything you can think of. We want to get into plastics, vacuum forming, resin casting, anything you would ever need to make anything. That's the idea.
Describe something that you know that's been made in a makerspace.
Okay, so there are at least three that I can think of. One being Pebble Watch, that was made out of maker spaces. Another one.
Tell me about what's Pebble Watch.
Pebble Watch is, honestly don't know too much about Pebble Watch.
Okay.
So we got that. Then there is also Square Reader. Square Reader is used commonly amongst many retail spaces. It's an easy way to get a card read, and especially if you're doing something on a smaller end, a small business, they don't want to pay for all the cost that comes with having credit card readers. You can get a Square Reader for free, and that's something that was made within a makerspace, and as well as a MakerBot, which is a 3D printer, and that has the ability to make that outer shell that is a square and is many different products. It has the ability to print whatever you can think of and whatever you can model. So there's a lot of things that you can make within a makerspace that even if it's just your dining room table that you've always wanted to make and you don't have the space for the equipment, then you can come and make that. Or your Pinterest thing that you're following on Pinterest, and man, I really love to make this, but I don't know how to make it. Well, we want to be able to help facilitate how to make that.
And why do you know so much about making?
Well, I am a maker, and I graduated from SCAD with a degree in industrial design. And with that degree, I've learned really how to do all these things. And it comes with the background of being kind of an inventor, someone who's thinking through design process, thinking through how to make things better. And then coming from that, also working within SCAD's rapid prototyping lab, doing the 3D printing, doing the laser cutting, doing large format printing, working in the wood shop, learning what people are making, and being able to work with them and through their projects and their processes with them helps me learn how to do that. And that's why we're called Maven Makers. We're trying to make mavens of people who know how to do these things and know how to do them well and are willing to sit down and talk through those things with people that have been there and have done that and have made that mistake and want to talk through that with them.
And when did you know you wanted to study industrial design?
Well, I had already started college. I was already about a year and a half in, and I decided, do I want to design my own car or do I want to design my own house? And I decided, I want to design my own car. That seems a lot cooler. So I decided to be an industrial designer instead of an architect at that point. And that's what brought me to SCAD, along with playing baseball. And along that road, I love the form. I love designing. I love understanding everything that makes up that design process, and it's grown into what I'm doing today.
Have you ever made a baseball bat?
No, but we have 3 blanks right now that we can make bats out of. So I'm really excited to turn one of those for the first time.
Fabulous. So you
Very
thought about
excited.
it. You have your
I think
mind
about it
on
all
it.
the time. Every time I see it, I'm like, you need to get over there and do that.
So what kinds of challenges have you run into? Because Maven Makers has existed as an organization for some time. So I'm assuming that in that time, at least once in a day, it wasn't easy or simple or all as expected. So talk to me about a challenge as an entrepreneur launching Maven Makers.
So being at this for 2 years in June of 2015 marked the 2-year mark. There was a lot of struggle in between. Part of it was the understanding of what we're doing, what is a makerspace in general, so trying to educate the public. So that was one of the biggest hurdles we face, and that's what every consumer-driven product is coming to the table with. What am I giving to my clients? Who is my market? What is my target market? And do they know what I'm trying to offer? And it's a universal problem. So the question has been, how do we get that message out? So we really focused for the last couple of years on camps and trying to decide, what do people want? What are people asking for, and where do they want to do it, and how much are they willing to pay to do it? And all these questions that needed to be answered, that it's really tailor-fitted towards this area in Savannah. So these struggles that we faced are ones that aren't solely ones that we have to face, but ones that are up to us, or just it is universal, financial, but it's a big burden trying to get all this equipment in one space. It's not like we're trying to sit in an office and use our own computers to make this product. We're trying to give a service that encompasses a lot of different pieces of equipment. So the hurdles of when is the right time to get that financial backing, and when is the right time to move in with all this information now that we've backed out for the last 2 years, and putting it into this ecological business and industry that we're in. And I think now is the time.
And you are a founder, but you're not the only founder.
Right. So when I say we, I'm talking about my business partner, Tim Cohn. I've told you about myself. Tim is a teacher by trade. He's taught engineering, manufacturing, robotics at a local high school, Woodville Tompkins High School. And he is bringing, where I bring in, I want to keep people in Savannah. He's bringing in, I want to bring in education to what problems I'm seeing. He's wanting to bring in education to that end as well.
And where does your love for keeping people in Savannah, where's that come from?
My own problems. I've wanted to stay in Savannah myself. There hasn't been a place for the industrial designer in Savannah. When I heard Tim say he wants to do this, because he was the one that had the idea originally, I said, well, I need that. So why don't I come beside you and help you make that a reality, not only for myself, but for other people that are having the same problem that I have. Where is there a place where I can build? Where is there a place where I can design? So out of that frustration has been Maven Makers.
Awesome. Well, Ty, it is just awesome to have you, to have Maven Makers, to have Tim as a part of our Creative Coast family and part of creating a Creative Coast region. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.